Do you know that this band consumed about 5 whole yards of fabric? Anyway, that's a story for another day. In this tutorial, I will be showing you how to make this beautiful halter neck top. I added like a Bustier Illusion, and then it has a high-low flare, and that's what we'll be learning in this tutorial. Hi guys, my name is Nayajan. I teach ladies how to make beautiful dresses. We will be starting off with the freehand method. So fold your fabric into 4 like you see on the screen. The edge of your fabric automatically is your start line and is also your shoulder line. Now take your tape rule, place it from the folded area of your cloth, go in by 3 inches for the wideness of the neck, and then half of your shoulder measurement. My shoulder measurement is 17 by 2 and that's 8.5 and I've marked it. Now take your tape rule to the center again, go down by 3 inches. Now these 3 inches will serve as the depth for the neckline. Mark that 3 inches and connect it to the other 3 inches. This is only for the front, okay? Now the next thing you want to do, go to your shoulder. That point you marked your shoulder measurement, right? Go down by 1 inch. Now after marking that 1 inch, connect it to your neckline, and this will automatically be your shoulder slope. Now you place your tape rule from your shoulder line, go in by your shoulder to bust line. My shoulder to bust line is 11 inches and I marked it. Then I'll go in with shoulder to waist, which is 17 inches, and I marked it. Next, you place your tape rule from the center of your fabric, the folded area, okay? Go in by your bust measurement divided by 4. Bust measurement divided by 4 I'm working with is 10 inches plus 1 inch sewing allowance. I'll mark 11, okay? I'll mark 11 right there. Next thing I want to do is to go to the waistline. The waist we're working with is 36 inches. 36 inches divided by 4 will give us 9. 1 inch for that intake, that will give us 10. An extra 1 inch for sewing allowance, that will give us 11. And I'll mark 11 right there. After marking, simply connect from the waistline all the way to the bust line. Now the next thing you want to do, place your tape on your shoulder line again. You're going to mark 8 inches. Now that 8 inches we are going in is like our chest line, okay? Now that chest line is where we are now going to connect from that 8 inches you marked, you connect it to the shoulder slope using your French curve, and that will be our armhole line. Now the next is to place your tape from the folded part of your fabric like this. Go in by half of your nipple to nipple measurement. Nipple to nipple I'm working with is 8 inches, divided by half is 4. On that point I have 4. I'm going to place my tape from the shoulder line and go in by my under bust measurement. The under bust measurement I'm working with is 14. I marked 14, and then that's where the dart will start from. On both sides I'll mark half inches and connect. You can see that I just got my dart, okay? Now the next thing will be to cut out. While cutting out, make sure you add your stitching allowance. Stitching allowance for the shoulder, ½ inch. Stitching allowance for the hem, ½ inch. That's why you have extra 1 inch at the hemline, okay? Now when you are cutting this out, make sure you remove the back before cutting the neck line, okay? Now this is a very important and also very easy part, okay? We are creating the halter neck effect. So you're going to get your French curve, okay? We'll connect from that our neck width, okay? Where we have our neck width, we'll connect it all the way to where we have our armhole, just like this. See the way I'm placing my French curve, okay? We'll connect from that armhole area all the way to the neck width, just like this. If you did exactly what I did, this is what you would have, and this will be our new armhole, okay? Good. Now the next thing you want to do is to cut out. Make sure you add your stitching allowance if you have not added it, okay? Now I'm simply cutting out, and this is what we will have for the front. The depth of the neck for the front is 3 inches, and then your armhole. The next thing you want to do is to insert your dart, the armhole dart, okay? Now we'll locate the middle of that our armhole, and then we're going to take in that of 1/2 inch on both sides. I decided to use this method instead of the princess dart because I didn't want so many bulge. So you have your armhole dart and then your waist dart, and that will give you enough space for your bust, your bustier cup to sit, because we are attaching a bustier cup to this dress. If you're wondering why we're adding a bustier cup, I want something to make the bust area firm, and also I don't want the owner of this dress to put on a bra while putting on this clothes, so that they can be comfortable. Okay, please take note that you must insert that armhole dart. Okay, if you do not insert the armhole dart, then there will be gaping, simply to avoid gaping. Another thing you can do is to use princess dart, but the princess dart around the armhole area, you should take at least 1 inch dart. Okay, now with that said, the next thing I want to do is to cut the back. Okay, so this is my back piece, which I've already folded into two. I'll place the front on the back, making sure that I leave out my zipper allowance. Okay, good. Now after this, the next thing will be to cut out, but the only difference is on the neckline of the back, the depth for the back is simply 1 inch. The wideness is constant, 3 inches, the same with the front, but the depth is 1 inch. Let me show you. So from the start line, we are going in by 1 inch. Okay, after marking that 1 inch, the next thing we want to do is to connect it all the way to the wideness of the neck, just like this. So you can see the obvious difference between the depth for the back and that of the front. Now once we have achieved this, the next is to cut every other thing exactly the same. Now after cutting, the next thing you want to do is to cut your interface. Okay, cut your lining exactly the same before you start stitching. Right about now, I'm moving to my stitching machine. Okay, so this is the cup I'll be using for the Bustier Illusion. Now this cup is not the regular cup, you know. This one is sold for 3,000 naira a pair. Okay, yes, and it has a boning underneath to give it structure. So you want to place the cup directly on your under bust and pin it up. Please take note that I am attaching this cup to the lining, not the main fabric. Okay, you can see I turned my lining to the wrong side after inserting my dart, of course, and then I'm pinning the cup to the under bust area. You should do the same. Okay, after pinning up successfully, the next thing you want to do is to stitch round about the edges of the cup. Be mindful of the boning. Okay, stitch up round about the edges of the cup, and then okay, so after stitching, okay, this is what you have should look like. This is what it should look like from the wrong side of the lining to the right side of the lining. You can see how comfortably the cup is seated. Okay, there is no tight area, there is enough bulge for the cup. That is what your dart intake does. Okay, so at this point we'll go ahead now to interface our main fabric. This is my main fabric. After interfacing, see how smooth and very clean it looks from the right side. That is why I usually these days I just pad my lining, okay, so that the right side looks impeccable. Now this is what we have inside and outside. Please, when you follow my tutorials, try and watch till the end, because there are usually 1 million or more tips I give while sewing. So if you didn't watch to this point, you won't know that this is a way to actually sew your halterneck without you needing bra and without you making a bustier. That's why I called it a Bustier Illusion. So clean, so neat. Now at this point, I've gone ahead to shape my top. You can also go ahead and attach your turtleneck band. If you want to see it around that, you have to request for it in the comment section. Okay, then I'll make a new tutorial on that, but for now this is what we'll be stopping at. My next video I'll show you how to cut that flare without stress. Okay, if you're a first timer, you'll be able to cut that flare without stress. See you in my next video, guys. Bye.